Hello guys and welcome to another video. In this video we are going to talk about fog. Uh, uh, Please be sorry if I am saying it wrong. Sometimes it can be pronounced that FWOG, but I guess it sounds weird. I'm going to simply pronounce it like fog. So we are going to analyze this project. We'll quickly jump to the website, but before that let's quickly go through the chart. This is the chart. So it's been around for a month or so, and this is the market cap, nearly $21 million, fully diluted also $21 million, meaning that it generally this kind of fully diluted and market cap valuation are same. In that scenario, the project generally is right from the start driven by the community, which is a good thing. But that's not the only thing. It also depends on how strong the community is and how much likely they are to hold these tokens for a longer period of time. That also matters a lot. And apart from that, just one last thing before I go to the website, that nothing in this video is an investment advice. Read the full disclaimer in the description. So yeah, let's move to the fork. So this is the website. Generally in memecoin website there is not much information available. In the ashes, a community emerged, a new flock, a more based flock, a fork. A fork has no developer, it's the community. So as I said, it generally is about the community. How to buy fork? Download Phantom. So it probably is Solana based. Yes, get some Sol. Go to Jupiter Exchange. I think it's an exchange. Connect your wallet to Chrome, paste fork tokens address, select fork and confirm. When Phantom prompts you for a wallet signature, sign, swap for fork to Sol, and that's it. Fog has no meta, it's the meta. Okay, and now the website is almost finished. In the ashish community emerged a new flock, a more based flock, a fog. Fog has no developer, it is the community, which is generally the case with most of the meme coins. Meme coins are totally driven by the community. Again, before this video also I made a video on Simon's cat, which is doing very well. It launched yesterday only, so at the time I'm talking about the date at which I'm recording this video. So it launched this yesterday only, and that project is also doing really good as of now. At least the launch has been very very successful, and they did a very powerful airdrop to the Floki investors, which is also a great idea because Floki holders has made the Floki what it is today. So they airdropped it to the Floki token holders, and it is one of the largest airdrop. I think that's what I checked. So uh, uh, even Fog can also do that. They can try to attract communities, community members or investors from Floki and all those top meme coins also. But again, it is the community driven project. So what uh, here is totally dependent on the community. The community's passion towards this project is going to be the key area. Community's commitment, community members commitment towards this project is going to be the ultimate truth. And community also needs to grow in the longer term, and that happens in a compounding way, meaning that you cannot expect that the growth, the community members or the FWOG or FOG token holders will double tomorrow, but it happens gradually, 1% a month, 2% a month. And whoever is holding this FOG token will also try to hold it for a longer period of time, and at the same time they will keep gradually adding the new powerful community members in a compounding effect, in a compounding way, so the project can grow. But generally it's not easy because the meme coin market is very competitive these days. So uh, even in the case of market crash, a solid market crash, many meme coins has vanished in the past and may vanish. So ultimately I believe that in the meme coin market, a slow and steady growth is much more reliable than a quick growth. I am not in favor of a quick growth. I am because generally when the slow and steadily the community is growing, it means that it is the organic growth, it is a genuine growth, and you will have to be patient with that when you are holding such kind of meme coins. Again, nothing in this video is an investment advice. This is just my personal thought process. That's what I'm sharing with you. Don't consider it as an investment advice. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that the compounding effect, slow and steady but compounding effect of the growth and the community's growth is going to be the key for any meme coin, because meme coins generally do not hold any inherent value. So that's the reason why compounding growth, gradual compounding growth of the community is going to be the key factor when it comes to meme coins like FWOG. The FWOG community's commitment towards this project is going to be the ultimate factor. Even with my cryptocurrency project, all I want is a passionate community who is willing to reduce their social media addiction. That's all I want. So I can build a powerful I want to build a powerful community around that concept, and then that community can create any cryptocurrency project the community wants. So ultimately, as I keep saying, that in meme coins only community matters, and the token holder is also pretty decentralized. As you can see that most of the tokens has already each and every coin has been distributed to the community members, so totally it is dependent on the community now. You see, community is the only factor in any cryptocurrency project that creates value for it. So I can give you a small metaphor. I don't know whether this metaphor will fit here or not, but the war between Russia and Ukraine has been going on for a while now. But even though the uh, Ukraine's military is smaller, or Ukraine's military community is smaller than the Russian military community, still Ukraine fought back really, really well. And lately, I also heard that Ukraine is attacking Russia and the Russian cities which are near the Ukrainian border. Why this happened? Because there is a powerful bonding between the token holders, or sorry, I'm mixing the concept. Sorry, there is a powerful community bonding between the military of Ukraine and their local people. That's why even though their army is smaller, they have very powerful bonding, and that's the reason why because the Russia, even though the Russian military is pretty big, they have failed miserably, just because they do not contain that kind of powerful bonding, and that's the reason why community members matter. This community matters. If this community is going to be strong, then it can keep growing up, and if the community is weak, then the project may fall sooner or later. And the same rule applies to even my own cryptocurrency project. I want to build a cryptocurrency project around people who are really interested in reducing their social media consumption, their social media addiction. And the more they share their social media data through many apps like your our and many apps which helps us measure our social media consumption, if we can share that together, we can try to reduce that addiction. So ultimately, community is the key for any cryptocurrency project. In fact, if you see lately, then what you will realize between the war around Russia and Ukraine, what you will understand is that even the West has not been giving the proper support to the Ukraine, but because there is a powerful community bonding or powerful military bonding and the willingness through their bonding, the Ukrainians are doing really, really well without the support of the West as well. So that's the reason why community is the key for uh, uh, this rule of community bonding applies anywhere. And similarly, here also there should be a powerful bond between the fork token holders. If there is a bond, there is a growth. If there is no bond, there is no growth. And that's the reason why even with my project, I want to help people reduce their social media addiction, and that process creates a powerful bond between the community members, and then those members can launch whatever cryptocurrency project they want to launch, because it's a powerful skill which cannot be neglected so easily. So yeah, that's the reason why I keep saying that the community is the key for any cryptocurrency project, and this is even more true, further true, for meme coins like FOG. In the meme coin market, centralization is the worst enemy for any meme coin, and that's the reason why meme coins must be a decentralized project, and it has to be driven by a powerful community. And the more community members are attached with this project, more likely the project will grow. So, as I said earlier, the more centralized the project, especially in the meme coins, more dangerous it is, and more susceptible it is to failure. And the same rule applies even to my community. The more people join my network and try to reduce the social media addiction, more decentralized my project will become. So that's the reason why decentralization is the key for meme coins especially. The FOG community should also focus on listening to other community members and their opinion about how to grow this project. And that's the reason why the bonding is also necessary. You cannot have a my way or highway approach when it comes to building a memecoin community. So every community member should be open to each other and try to understand what their concepts are to grow this project. Otherwise, if somebody thinks that only his way is the correct way, then the project is more likely to fail. In the same way, even in my project, my way or highway approach should not be the way. In fact, everybody should focus on how to grow the project together, and that's the reason why the more you focus on avoiding your social media consumption, more likely you are to feel connected with each other, because everybody is growing together. When you avoid your social media addiction, you generally grow in whatever area you are working. So that's the reason why my way or highway approach for meme coins or even projects like mine will not create a lot of value in the community. Perception is the key in the meme coin market. So if the fork community has a really good social media perception about the community, then the project may create a long term growth for themselves. And similarly, even with my project, if the community uh, can create a perception that we are focused on reducing the social media addiction of each and every community member, and at the same time we will also create a good cryptocurrency project through building a powerful community, then even our project can also grow. So nothing is an investment advice, this is just my thought and I'm just sharing with you. Do not consider anything as an investment advice. You see, with time the communities energy goes down. I'm not talking about couple of months, I'm talking about couple of years. So after some time the community's energy is going to go down, even with meme coins. So that is also one of the reasons why the more they have commitment right now towards this project, the stronger their commitment, more gradually the energy will go down. So that's the reason why steady growth is also important, because sooner or later some of the community members are going to lose their interest in this project, and that's the reason why you will have to balance that interest, and that interest can only be balanced by adding other passionate fork community members or fork token holders who are passionate about this project. So you'll also have to keep this thing in your mind, and the same rule applies even to my project. Maybe some people will not be interested in reducing the social media addiction after joining my community, but those people can always be replaced by the new people. There is nothing wrong with this. So these are the things which you'll have to keep in mind when you are holding this kind of fork type of meme coin tokens. I'm not only talking about fork, but also any cryptocurrency meme coin. And again, nothing in this video is an investment advice. Whenever a centralization happens in meme coin projects, it is likely that the project will die. And the reason is, I'm not talking centralized in a way you are understanding. Let me explain how I'm trying to say this to you. That if, let's assume right now fog is hodled by 1000 passionate members, and with time those passionate members lose their interest in the fog token, and only 20 or 25 people are holding fork sincerely and trying to grow the project, then the project has become the project has become centralized. Because right now probably there are 1000 people who are holding this token and they are passionate about this project, they want the price to go up, they want other community members to join this project and all that stuff. But with time, uh, if most people lose their energy and only 20-30 people are handling the project, then the project will become centralized, and in that scenario it is always going to be dangerous for any cryptocurrency project. I'm not only talking about this fog meme coin, but any cryptocurrency project. So that's the reason why centralization of this kind has to be taken care of by the FWOG community members. And again, nothing in this video is an investment advice, and the same rule, the same centralization danger applies to my own memecoin, or I'm sorry, my own cryptocurrency project, because I want more and more people to avoid the social media addiction, and the more people are aligned with this concept, more likely that the project will become decentralized, and we can avoid the risk of centralization. I believe in a competitive cryptocurrency market, slow and steady growth is a real and powerful way to survive. If somebody thinks that the project will grow overnight, that the tokens they have bought will, and the project will grow overnight of their tokens, then they are simply trying to gamble. And I think that that is a more risky approach. Just because you want returns on your investment, that's not the way one should thing. So the same rule applies even to the fork token and the community of fork. If the community keeps growing slow and steadily, that is also fine. At least it will make the project survive. Many projects, almost 90 or 95% projects die very quickly in the cryptocurrency market. So that's the reason why slow and steady growth uh, is a very powerful approach to focus on when somebody's being part of any meme coin. And the same rule applies to even my own cryptocurrency project. If I gradually keep getting more and more people who are becoming part of the network, and who are trying to reduce the social media addiction, or at least sharing their data uh, of what they are doing on the social media and how much time they are spending on the social media, then it inspires everybody. If their consumption is lower, and if it inspires it reduces their pain as well, if they are uh, doing a lot of social media stuff. So in both the cases, it is helpful to everybody. And this and the slow and steady growth of this kind of concept can also make the project survive. If I expect that I will get 10x growth every month, then it is not going to be a wise thinking. I also want a slow and steady growth. You see, when community members of meme coins like FOG, they lose interest every day. uh, More and more people, if they lose every day the interest in this project, then it becomes very very difficult for the remaining community members to handle the project, because other community members are leaving very quickly, and then each and every passing day becomes a nightmare for the remaining community members. And that's the reason why stronger the fork tokens current community members interest towards the project, the more likely that this project will survive for a longer term. If people will keep losing the interest in this project, then it will be very very difficult. Each and every passing day will become a horrible day or a nightmare for the remaining fork community members. And that's the reason why I keep saying that the stronger the passion of the fork token holders towards this project, the more reliable this project will become. And the same rule applies to even my project. The stronger the community's passion about avoiding the social media addiction, more likely that my project will become a powerful and a successful project. I just, while I'm recording this video, I got also one very interesting idea in my mind, which I will discuss, and I'm sure you should also listen to this, because it is really, really interesting concept regarding the fog as well. So, because earlier I made a video about Simon's Scat, which is also memecoin and it is doing really well. It is at around I think 250th rank with market cap of many hundred millions. So they created this project by attracting the Floki investors. They airdropped their tokens to the Floki token holders, and a lot of those token holders became part of the Simon's Cat meme coin. And now the thing is that it is possible that some of those investors might even have lost their interest in the Floki meme coin, and that's why they transferred themselves from this Floki meme coin to the Simon's Cat meme coin. So even with Fog meme coin, if somebody tries to airdrop lots of their memecoin tokens to attract the fork community, then also the fork community should not lose their interest in this project. Otherwise, it shows that the community is very weak, and gradually, with this kind of external, uh, I would say, attack, the community may not survive. So that is also funny and interesting concept, but it is a concept, and it is possible because whenever the project grows, the memecoin project grows, everybody will try to attract those community members. So this is also an interesting thing. So just keep that in mind. And similarly, even with my project, it is possible that if my community succeeds by uh, avoiding the social media addiction, by reducing the social media addiction, some of the external people will try to attract those community members and try to make them their own community members. It is also possible. Nobody likes competition, but the meme coin market is a heavily competitive market. So that is also one of the reasons why the fork community will have to stay very very strong, and they will have to show lot of commitment towards each other if they want to have a real success regarding this project. And similarly with my project also, the more community members are interested in avoiding the social media addiction, more likely that the project will survive, because even with my concept, sooner or later we are going to face some kind of competition. So that's the reason why fork community should focus heavily on creating a powerful bond and stay committed towards the project, because sooner or later they are feel the heat, and they are going to fight themselves in the center with lots of different powerful community meme coins. And again, the fog is not just a coin, but it's the community uh, of the fog token which is going to fight against other meme coin tokens community. So technically it is a fight between the communities, nothing else. You see, vibe is also a very powerful thing. So if the community members have very strong vibe, positive vibes for each other, then also the project may survive. Sometimes vibe can also create an important factor. It is the unheard, or you can say the undiscussed things which create lot of value. So the fork token holders, if they have very positive vibe for each other, then also they can sustain for a longer period with each other and create a successful meme coin. Again, nothing in this video is an investment advice. And the same rule applies to in my community. If my community members have a positive vibe for each other regarding reducing the social media addiction, then also it is possible that the project can grow in the longer period. Fake confidence cannot survive for a longer period. So if the fork token holders have fake confidence on each other, then that confidence is not going to survive for a longer period. So just keep that in mind. That's the reason why genuine trust and confidence between the fork token holders is going to be the key factor as well. Normal meme coins have ordinary community, but if they continuously do extraordinary things, then they become extraordinary meme coin community. But if uh, a community is already an extraordinary community, and if they do ordinary things, then also the project can become an extraordinary project, because the community is already an extraordinary community. So if the fork token has an extraordinary community, then even the normal things done by them will create social media noise and attract more fork token holders. So that is also one thing that should be kept in mind, that community if already is an extraordinary community, then whatever they do becomes extraordinary. If the community is not extraordinary, then they will have to continuously do extraordinary things. So that is also one thing that you should keep in mind. And the same rule even applies to my community. If they behave and act like an extraordinary community, then automatically the project will become successful project. One more thing that folk community should keep in mind is that if they ever reach in top 200, top 300, then there should not be ego in the community. If that ego comes into the play, then also the community can die very quickly. So that's why the if the project reaches the top 200 mark, which can be a great benchmark for any meme coin, then also after that it is possible that the fork community can become very egoistic, or they may lose interest in the project. So that should also be avoided, and the same rule applies even to my project. If my community members uh, becomes egoistic after a certain type of achievement, for example, they, let's assume that they avoid social media for a month as an entire community, then it may arise some kind of slight ego in them, and that can also destroy the project. So that's the reason why never be egoistic in any if you are a solid community member in any cryptocurrency project. The fork token holders should not even have dual behavior. What do I mean by dual behavior? What I mean is that they should not have uh, two focuses, one on the price discussion, and at the same time one on the growth of the community. Two are totally different things. So the community should focus on what matters the most, and the what matters the most is the community's growth and their commitment towards this meme coin, their passion towards this meme coin. If they focus on the price, then it is very likely that the community is going to lose their passion sooner or later. And the same rule applies to even my community. If my community is not interested in focusing on reducing the social media or addiction, then it is possible that sooner or later the community will die, because they're not focusing on the right thing. So this is also one important factor. Dual behavior should be avoided as much as possible. One of the important thing for the FOP community should be the constructive criticism. If other community members are trying to criticize the other community members for the sake and the growth of the project, then those constructive criticism should always be taken with a positive approach if the FOC community really wants to survive and grow in the longer term. And again, without saying it goes that it also applies to my own community. Fear is the silent uh, villain when it comes to memecoin community. So if the fog token holders have fear or with other regarding other fork token holders, if whether they will leave the project or not, if they leave then they will lose the value of the token. If they have that fear, then also the project may fail sooner or later. That's why the fear, the silent villain, has to also be managed by the community, handled well by the community. And fear can only be won by trust. So the fork token holders must have a solid trust between each other. And the same rule applies to even my community. If my community members have fear uh, and distrust against each other, then the community is sooner or later going to fail. Growth centric actions comes in any memecoin community when that community has a daring, and daring comes from fearless trust between other community members. If the fork community has infinite amount of trust between each other, then they will have a daring to think about genuine growth of fork token, because only the community can create growth for this project, because it's a meme coin, and meme coins are generally successful. Meme coins are generally driven only and only by the community, because you don't need any other skills. I am a big believer of inner growth. So, similarly, if the FOG community focuses on strengthening their inner bond between other FOG token holders, then external growth can automatically happen. So that's the reason why I am a big believer of inner growth. Even with our project, I am a big believer that if there is a solid bond between the community members uh, regarding reducing the social media addiction, then that stronger bond will create a sooner or later a stronger external growth. So that's the reason why I'm a big believer in this inner growth. And inner growth comes from the community bonding. So the folk community, if they focus uh, on strengthening the inner bonding between each other, then sooner or later the existing community will become stronger, and at the same time they will also attract new community members as well. So that is also one of the reasons why this approach is an important approach. The FOG community will also have to find a way to understand the wave of growth, which direction, in which area they can find growth. That wave of growth has to be sensed by the FOG token holders. If the FOG token holders have a solid bond between each other, then they will be able to accomplish this difficult task as well. Trust between the fork token holders is a very important factor in the memecoin world, and that's why that trust always has to be increased. Either the trust will keep increasing or the trust will not keep increasing. If it keeps increasing, then it's a great thing. Otherwise, if the trust between the fork holders doesn't keep growing, then it is going to go in only one direction, which is the downward direction. And in that scenario, the game will become very very difficult for the fork holders. So this is also one of the key things to keep in mind. When the fork token holders will try to grow their community to increase the market cap of the fork token, in that scenario, when they will try to expand their community, the new members will understand their agenda. So that's the reason why their agenda should be very honest, that they genuinely want to, the FOG token holders should show their agenda in a very genuine way. If they do not show their agenda in a genuine way, then also it is possible that the FOG community might not be able to grow, because when you will be attracting the new FOG holders, they will always have lots and lots of doubts inside their head. So to reduce that doubt, the FOG token holders or the FOG community should be as honest as possible uh, to attract the new community members. Uncertainty is the most powerful factor, and the FOG token holders, if they have uncertainty regarding the growth of the FOG project, then also it is possible that the project may not succeed. So that uncertainty can only be reduced by building a powerful bond between the FOG token holders, and the same rule applies to my project as well. I want to create a powerful bond between the community members simply by sharing how much they are consuming their social media, and by doing that, everybody can reduce their addiction towards the social media. So this is a simple approach, and the same approach applies to the fork token holders. They'll have to reduce the uncertainty by simply focusing on building a powerful trust between the fork token holders. Again, nothing in this video is an investment advice, so just keep that in mind. Fork token holders should also discuss about the growth in an artistic manner. What I mean by this is that if they talk about the growth or how to grow the project in an artistic manner, then it can avoid hurting the other community members as well. Because sometimes when some community member says something which is very harsh in language, then it can hurt some other community members who are also important community members, and in that scenario it just damages the community. That's the reason why fork token holders should be very artistic whenever they want to talk about an important growth centric topic. So that is also an important thing, and the same rule, again without saying, goes and applies to my community as well. If you can remember, a few months back, Vivek Ramaswamy, who was running for the presidential campaign, uh, literally submitted to Donald Trump after promoting himself for quite a while. But in the end, he surrendered to the Donald Trump's campaign and he joined him. So and it actually gave strength to Donald Trump's campaign. So it is also again an example of unity. When you unite, then automatically things become strong. And similarly, again, I am not supporting any party at all, and the same rule applies to even the Democratic Party. After Joe Biden withdrawal from the presidential election after an attack on Trump, Kamala Harris got nominated for the same. And then now the Kamala Harris is also in a pretty decent position. At least it is way better than what it was when Joe Biden was running for the presidential election. So again, this is a form of unity. Unity generally strengthens the thing. So the same rule applies here also for the fork token. The stronger the community of the fork token, the more likely that the price of the project will also go up, and at the same time they will find some form of genuine growth in the longer term. So that's how generally it works when it comes to meme coins. So this is all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy this video, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and join my Telegram community. The link is in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.